I'm on a roll today, but this standing business is killing my back. I wanted to talk about uh, having people that can truly listen to you when you're on this journey. You can't do it alone. I mean, I guess you can. Obviously, I'm a prime example that you can do it alone, but I think I suffered a heck of a lot more than I should have by what is the word I'm looking for? Being obstinate about being alone. But I guess that was just how it was meant to be for me. So if you're bound and determined to do this journey alone, great, you can do it. But find at least one person who knows how to listen. What do I mean by that? Excuse me, my nose itches. I think it was 2 days ago, I realized that just having anybody listen isn't really going to work. I was in total meltdown. Okay, let me see if I can explain this. I was in total meltdown all morning and the day before, and I could just feel all this stuff coming up, total mess. And yet, I couldn't for the life of me release any of it in emotions. Nothing wanted to cry, nothing wanted to come out. It was just this like buildup of stuff. And I have a weekly gathering with two beautiful friends and beings, Jenny and Shantamo. And, I got onto the call and they realized something was wrong because my energy was, I was intense and I wasn't playing nice. And, they're asking me, what's wrong? And I said to them, the energy isn't right. I can't do that. And they asked me, what do you mean the energy isn't right? We're asking you what's wrong. No, they said it in a very nice way. I'm just making a point here. And I could not explain to them what I meant by the energy isn't right. But it has finally dawned on me what I was feeling at the time. So at the time when they were asking me, and prior to that, I'm sure they were silently thinking, what's wrong with Kat? Something's wrong and she's not telling us. And I'm trying to, they're trying to figure out did they do something wrong? They're in the mind. And when you're trying to help somebody, you can't do it when you're in the mind. It's not going to happen. You can't really help them. And so when they kind of sat back, and here I was kind of fumbling around, I don't know what I mean by the energy isn't right. Something, I can't talk about it. Nothing's coming up. And I could feel at that almost in an instant, they stopped trying to figure it out. They were just sitting there listening to me. And I could feel the energy shift. And what happened? They shifted into presence. They left their mind trying to figure it out, and they were just holding space. And the moment they did that, the flood of feelings and every thought just came pouring out. And it dawns on me now, that's listening through love. That's listening through your beingness. You know that, but until it happens to you and you experience it, you don't get it. So first of all, Shantamo, Jenny, wow. Thank you. And my friend Dave, who has always listened from this state of pure being. He's never, ever tried to figure it out. And that's why I've always been able to share just. But here's what I think it is. When you're in the mind, you can't listen to somebody, right? Because we all know this, you're trying to figure something out. And what you're doing is you're blocking the energy. But when you step back, get out of the mind, and you just become an open vessel, which is pure consciousness, it is like a magnet for everything that is less than consciousness to flow into it. And whatever flows into pure consciousness, pure beingness, is destroyed. So now I realize why I couldn't even make myself release any of these emotions or anything that was building up inside of me for the prior 2 days. I just could not force crying, anger. I couldn't figure out anything because there wasn't the magnetic, this is how I see it, magnetic draw of pure consciousness to pull that out of me in order to dissolve it, to transform it. Had I somehow forcefully released that energy, it had nowhere to go. It would remain perhaps in this realm of my astral body. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, but this is what it feels like to me, that it would have just stayed there and it wouldn't have been transformed. Now, you can absolutely perhaps do this for yourself. You'd have to get into your own state of pure consciousness in order to clean this up. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. But that's really hard to do when you're in the midst of all of this, like you're in the middle of a war. Okay. And I did do that several times. I would move back, quote unquote, get into the state of pure beingness, and it would relax it out. And it would just suddenly, more would come. And this is also what I realized. You become like a washing machine. Sorry, I hope you can't hear that blue jay out there who's really squawking. You become like a washing machine for anything that's like in your vicinity of untrue stuff. So you start cleaning up your own stuff, and then I think what happened, the universe goes, okay, there's an opening. All that trash in the ocean, you just come funnel it right into this one because she's open. Clear it out. Okay? Have I made sense? Anyway, so you can do this journey alone, but how much better it is to have people that know how to listen from presence, in silence, openness, non-judgmental, not trying to figure anything out. That's the most healing thing ever. Okay, I think I'm done. And thank you to my friends that helped me out.